Hello, and welcome to episode 3 of The Great Goten Show because I'm good at naming things and original. Today, obviously, we did Justin, now we have Harpo here for episode 3. It's pretty poggers.
Hi.
Yeah, alright. So, obviously, it's going to be formatted relatively the same, but we're different subjects on the matter. Obviously, I'm a Twitch streamer, YouTuber as well. Harpo's also a YouTuber sometimes and a Twitch streamer.
Sometimes. Most of the
So,
time.
obviously, the first question, why would you get into streaming, Harpo? What gave you the idea?
Um, well, so this actually has to go back into AA because I
Yeah,
originally just streamed, which AA for people who don't know, Appalachian Avengers channel me and
yeah,
Goten used to run together.
yeah.
Before we just kind of ended it because the channel both died and just creative differences.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll get into it
Creative
later.
differences. Like it's not even like it's a bad thing. It's just
No,
creative
no.
differences. But my original thing was like I just streamed to get content for that, and then
Yeah,
eventually it's like I started to like streaming more than the whole editing process, mainly because my editing style does not work well with the PC I have.
yeah,
Because the PC I have is garbage. It's not like it's not like it's bad. It's just not like it'd be a good office PC. It's just not built for editing and doing anything like that on it.
yeah.
So
Streaming or
it's
anything.
mainly just like this is easier to do for me to do what I want to do because all I want to do is entertain people.
Yeah,
And so like if I just could just do that without having to cause myself like 10 hours of work per video, because that's what it was. Sometimes it'd be like an entire day just to make a 10-minute video.
right. I gotcha. I
It was
gotcha.
painful, but
Yeah. So, yeah. We streamed at the very beginning for just AA because we just upload VODs, which lets
yeah.
us
And
transition a
then it
bit
was
into AA a little bit, a little bit. Yeah. Basically, it was a
yeah.
cooperative
And then it was like
channel. Uh, and you have if
end
you
of
have
May, I think. It was
yeah, it
about when
was.
I
We failed a wrestling tryout. That's what happened. Yeah, we can tell that origin story again. So basically,
oh yeah, we could tell
we both decided to
we
do a wrestling tryout. It was May 20 something, 26th. I remember,
yeah, May 26th. Yeah, I remember
and
that.
we couldn't flip.
Yeah, well, it was more for me. I took a bump wrong and like
Yeah,
cracked my head against the mat pretty hard.
yeah.
So like I was dizzy.
I'm just
And
fat.
so like I didn't feel comfortable doing it. If I think if I didn't crack my head onto the mat like I did, I probably would have done the flip bump. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Which would have been a very different story.
yeah.
That
Taking
would have
bumps
very
is
much changed the outcome of everything.
interesting. I still don't think they would have picked
Yeah,
either of us,
which I
even
mean,
if we went through the whole tryout. But
yeah,
you know,
but I could have
yeah.
made it further in the
So yeah,
tryout.
basically it was 100 squats, then bumps, which bumps to me weren't terrible, even though I smacked my head against the canvas a couple times. It hurt. It hurt the day
That was
after,
the head
not.
game thing.
It doesn't hurt at the
Well,
time.
okay,
It hurt
so
after
for
for
me,
me.
the way that my body is built, I don't have very much like fat on me, like at all.
Mm, somehow.
So like whenever I hit the ground, I don't have like that much of a cushion like Goten does
Yeah,
to just take it
I have
and
a
it
lot
not
of
feel
like
anything.
midsection fat and a neck fat to cover that
Yeah,
up. Yeah,
yeah, I don't have like any of that, so like
yeah. So it didn't
it
hurt me
was.
that bad. What hurt me was probably all of it together because I don't do that much physical activity on a daily.
Yeah, I don't know
So,
why that you thought like, oh, let me do a wrestling trial without doing any physical activity.
well, no, I did some leading up to it. Just I didn't expect 100 squats. I did like 20 a day leading up to it, not 100 in one sitting.
You know?
Because I expected
But
it
yeah,
to
from there,
be just basic stuff.
from
But
there, what's funny is because before that wrestling trial, me and Go never really even talked much.
not much.
Um,
No, not
no,
nearly as much as we do now.
he's just like, "Oh, do this wrestling tryout with me." I'm like, "Okay, sure, whatever."
Yeah, well,
Um,
we talked. We had our was it game or digital? We had digital, our like Photoshop type class
or
together.
games, yeah, Photoshop class.
Yeah, so we
And
talked a bit, but
then he texted me like later that day, like after that, I was like, "Hey, you just want to start a YouTube channel?" I was
you
like,
know,
"Yeah, sure."
yeah,
But that's how
yeah,
AA.
we went from texting to in an Xbox party like, hey, yeah, let's use his name because we wanted to use the name Appalachian Avengers. We had logos created and everything, which the original channel logo was
Yeah,
the logo we made back then. Still, my favorite personally. Um,
yeah. And then we made another one that works better for thumbnails.
yeah,
Which still wasn't terrible.
yeah.
Um,
It was interesting, and some stuff happened there. We
yeah,
had Fast Hunter Boy at one point, and then that fell through. Some stuff happened. We brought on Nomad, who's kind of just disappeared. Um, and
We
then
had a
we bring Justin
yeah.
on for
Like if people are
predictions.
asking us, oh, where's Nomad? We honestly, I don't know. I haven't talked to him in months because
He
gone.
says stuff from time to time. As far as I'm aware,
He's just yeah.
his
He's alive. We
construction
just
is almost done, but like he's still not able to do much. I don't know why he doesn't get
yeah.
on. I know
Um
not streaming, but
um. Wild we met because of AA because he
yeah, that was
yeah, that was fun.
that was fun. Yeah,
Um,
drama.
that was fun. Wild's a
That
good
was
guy, by the
stupid.
way. It wasn't even meant to be drama. He was just meant like, he was just trying to do
I
haha
think we took
commentary.
it a bit too far. I think a response was fine. I think what I did with my response, where I would just laughed off his jokes and told him funny stuff, but like,
Yeah,
don't continue this.
yeah, that was fun.
It was
Then some
interesting.
like 8-year-old wrote a diss track on us, which that
Yeah,
was a really funny video.
yeah.
To react
I
to because
mean,
it was
yeah.
terrible. I
He's
still have the lyrics to
yeah, but I don't know,
could
right?
release that at any point if I wanted to, but I really just
Could.
don't care to because
No point at this
I
point,
can't
you know.
sing, so I have the music and everything. I
Yeah,
just
it was alright. It was an interesting experiment. I like how the
yeah.
channel grew way more after we quit uploading things besides
Yeah.
predictions. Like we were stuck at
Real
one
quick,
like
it's because
60.
it started
Yeah,
pushing the only videos that were like it started pushing our better videos because they're the only ones getting
yeah,
views anymore. So I was like, oh, people want to watch these. Let me push them.
yeah.
Um,
Which is
but
fine.
yeah,
It's at like 176 or four or
so like
something.
the fall of AA, I feel like we should go into that because that gets more into like why I started streaming more primarily. The fall of AA primarily happened when my computer just started like just dying over and over again whenever I did anything on it.
Yeah, so it was just me
Um,
uploading, which
yeah,
got a bit
it wasn't
annoying.
like I wasn't trying. Like I was trying to I'd get videos out from time to time when my
Yeah,
PC would just work. And so like I just started streaming more because my PC just wasn't working.
yeah,
It still doesn't work half the time.
yeah.
Um,
Well, at least now you've deleted all those APW files and have some space on your
yeah,
PC. That didn't help.
I used to have so many APW files just
Yeah,
because we kept working on pay-per-views that took 10 years to make.
and you never deleted
So that
anything. So,
well, I deleted things. It just also took a while.
it's just, I
Um,
suppose, yeah.
you gotta realize some of those APW files, like just one file was like multiple gigabytes just because
Right,
how
yeah.
long it was. Um,
Yeah,
I try to keep everything until like that show was made, and then I delete everything.
so
That was my process with it.
that's
Um,
fair. Yeah, it was something. APW was something. But,
and then so because of that, like that really started. Like I was trying to like tell going like, hey, maybe we like I don't think I was trying to get like my perspective on it was I didn't want to follow the schedule because I knew I couldn't because of my PC.
yeah.
Um, and so I
Well,
was trying to say like, hey, why don't we just change our thing so we just start uploading whenever we get stuff done. He wanted to stick
which
to the schedule, which is fair. There's valid reasoning to both arguments there.
yeah, one lets you put all the time you need into a video, but the other helps you in the algorithm at least a bit. Which we eventually died down a lot too. I think before we ended, it was like 2 uploads a week, which was pretty
Yeah,
manageable. Even with me just doing the 2 uploads, it was fine. Because it'd be a commentary vid and a gaming vid usually, or predictions if it was a pay per view weekend. So it wasn't too bad, but
yeah,
yeah,
which
which
what
is
worked out.
it's basically
But
what
like
I'm doing
eventually
now
we're
on
just
my
kind of like,
channel.
hey, maybe
But
we could just like yeah. But like at the end we're like, this would be a lot more productive if we both just kind of did our own thing content wise.
yeah, and I just decided to make my
Which
own
we
channel.
have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which there's literally no hard feelings about it. I know there's definitely someone out there that's like, oh, you guys must hate each other because of this. Like, no,
No, it was
like,
just time to do that. I mean,
I mean,
sure, you
we
could have kept
neither of us
uploading.
like neither of us truly expected it to like
I'm happy
you
it got
know
as far as it did in
out.
Subwise, and
I am too. It was more of like I feel like for me, right? I think I'm very happy we did because it taught me more about content creation before I went off to like start
yeah,
trying to do my own thing.
I think
Um,
it was good we started a channel together.
I think it was a good learning experience for both of us. I think deep down we
Yeah,
both knew that it wasn't gonna like work out to like our
it.
wildest dreams for it.
Well, yeah,
Um,
I
deep
don't.
down we knew.
I mean, yeah.
I think more towards the end is like I could just I felt it.
Well, our
Um,
we stagnated in subs and we got good views. It was just our views always stayed around like 25 to 30 on a good video or like 15 to
um,
20 on other
and
vids.
yeah, I think that was one thing that was just really disheartening
We
for me with it.
stagnated
Because
sort
like
of.
I'd take hours to make a video and then it just get no views.
Yeah.
That was hard.
It's not like
But
we
then it was like
weren't
towards the end of May. Towards the end of May is kind of when we when
sort of,
I
yeah.
it was like kind of when you're like okay A is kind of done. We're like slowly press off the burner with it.
Yeah. Well, we both started enjoying stream. We both started streaming together a lot and started streaming
Yeah.
games. I did it mostly for content. You did it
Um.
because it was fun. It gave you a
Yeah.
reason
So I
to.
was just streaming the stream, right? And
Yeah.
like then I was like, I really want to hit affiliate before me and Justin. We went to North Carolina in June, I think. I can pull up my analytics if I wanted to like
Something
get
like
it
that. Yeah.
actual. It was like early June. It was really early June. Yeah, I think it was like June. Because
Yeah.
like and like before that trip, I was really just kind of streaming for fun. I wanted to hit affiliate,
Yeah. I had hit affiliate
but I
the
was like, this would be
previous
funny. I just
December.
wanted to do it. My only reason for wanting to do it wasn't for like any of the goals. I just wanted to be able to do polls and like some of the funny jokes that you could do for being an affiliate. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't care about like any of it. Like I didn't care about the followers. Right? I mean, I still don't care about how many followers I have. It's just it's hard to
Yeah.
explain. It's like I wasn't doing it for entertaining other people. I was doing it purely to make myself laugh.
Yeah, which I
Um,
think it helped that we all streamed together. Got me to get back into streaming fully because I started grinding back in December last year. Got affiliate December 31st, which was nice. Coming up
yeah.
on 1 year of
You
that.
kind of like slowly pressed off of it, and then you got
I
back
did
into
for a
it.
little bit the first couple of months because I was doing a ton of
Yeah,
commentary stuff for AA, which was my main thing at the time. Then I started to dip off
yeah.
once quarantine
Um,
sort of hit after like April.
okay, so then I left. I left for North Carolina for a week, which meant no streams the entire week.
Yeah,
Um, which during that week we had our post feud AA video. Hey Patrick, nice sock. Get streamed and edited and uploaded. Um,
yeah.
it's a good video. You should go check it out. Either on my channel or the AA channel. Haha, get the plugs in.
I mean, your channel will be in the description, but your Twitch and YouTube will be in the description anyway.
That's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
that's what I did for
Um,
Justin.
then I came back and I was like, I really just want to stream Darwin because I remember streaming Darwin like years ago because I've always like flirted with streaming,
Yeah,
but I was usually always Mixer. Just never got
mm,
any views unless like
cause it's
I
Mixer.
told somebody I knew about it.
Cause it's
Um,
Mixer.
yeah.
Yeah,
And so like I was like I used to be really good at doing directing,
yeah,
right? So I streamed me directing for the first time in forever, right? And then I came at the right time for Darwin. Um, because Darwin, they just announced that they're shutting down the servers in December at that point. Like they're going to completely shut
yeah.
down the
They did
servers,
that
and
in
that was
like
going to be
June,
it.
July ish. Yeah,
But,
they.
yeah, and
Yeah,
so all the big streamers left immediately. So I came in when people were still wanting to play the game, and just blew up. Like I hit affiliate in a week after that, literally a
yeah.
week.
Which both of us
It
were
was
kind of struggling in the views
crazy.
department at that time beforehand.
And
So
then like I just exploded like out of nowhere. Um,
yeah, so that was
And
his
like
way
I
of
just
blowing
continued
up.
on the grind where I streamed literally every day for like sometimes upwards of some days I streamed 15 hours in a day.
Something like that.
Um,
Yeah, it was insane. I couldn't
which
do
I'd
it,
still do
but
if I had I'd do it if I had the time still because I loved it.
I prefer shorter streams. I feel like I'm more entertaining when I can condense it
Depends
a
on the
little
game
bit.
for me. Like I'd love to stream Ender Falls for example for 8 hours a day if I could. I'd do it. I'd
I
stream
know about
Darwin for eight
8.
hours again if I
Yeah,
could.
no.
It's just
Well, I
I don't
think
have the time to do it.
we'll get to Ender Falls in a bit, but I think the some issue is some games you can stream for longer than others. Some games you
Yeah.
have to.
Which I mean, like there was a lot of times like I'd stream one game for like 4 hours. I'd switch to another game for the next four.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
I was
is
like,
fair. Yeah,
I'd love to do that again. I need time because like what really like school came back in, right?
yeah.
And I don't really want to get into school too much because like it's nothing that entertaining. It's just it ate up a lot of my time, so I had to
It
start
should.
streaming a lot less.
That's a lot. All you need to know
But then
about school.
COVID, was like, hey,
Yeah,
stop going to school again. And I was like, oh, cool. So I can get back into streaming because they're not giving as much stuff to do constantly. Um,
Sure, yeah. I mean,
which when I first got into streaming, like even when I was like, okay, I want to do this legit, my goal for the year was always 50. It was never higher than that. And then I just kept hitting my goal over and over again.
yeah, my goal for the year was
Over and over
originally
again.
100 because I had already
Yeah,
hit 50 the previous year.
his goal was 100, my goal was 50. And
Yeah,
then I
I
am now
think,
at
yeah, at the time of recording,
259 as
yeah,
of time
and I'm
recording.
at 272, I think, somewhere around
Yeah,
there.
so like,
So,
which is funny because me and Go now constantly stay about 10 to 13 followers apart.
yeah, when we're like 10 to 20, some days I'll get ahead, then you'll bring it back the next day. Around that area, 10 to
Yeah.
20. This
Yeah,
man
about
blew
10.
up with
I say
Darwin.
10 to like 15 generally.
Generally, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah.
Um, but like I
So,
just
yeah.
it's crazy to me because like I have an active Discord of people who care if I stream or not, and like that's a weird feeling. It's the feeling that like I feel like you will never understand unless you have to experience it.
Yeah.
Where someone's like, "Oh yes, I really like watching you play video games." Like
Yeah.
it's an odd feeling. It's an odd feeling because like I I'm I started just doing it because like like I got back into that love of people of entertaining people because back in if we go back to like my previous excursions into like content creation before AA even like
Yep.
I streamed on Mixer from time to time. um I don't know why. And I used to stream on back in like middle school. I used to stream on this mobile streaming site called Camcord, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I grew pretty well in there. I'm actually I it was only it was only recently on Twitch I passed the size that I was on Camcord because I used to get like I used to get about 5 people per stream on there.
Yeah.
Sometimes even more because it was just a smaller site and not many people streamed on it.
Yeah. Pretty sure it ceased to exist now, but
And so oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I haven't heard about it in forever. And the
yeah,
main dude who streamed on there now streams on Facebook, so I'm assuming it's gone now.
probably.
But like it was just mobile games, right? I streamed Clash of Clans and Clash Royale. That was what I streamed. Just that
Yeah.
and like just the two of those, and that was it. I streamed nothing else, right?
Yeah.
Um, there was one dude like because I did one final goodbye stream because I hated the update. They did an update that completely changed everything, and I hated it.
Mm.
Right, and I did a goodbye stream, and this dude told me like how like he was depressed, and then me streaming, some random seventh grader streaming on some random phone streaming site was like the highlight of his day, and like it was really weird for me being in seventh grade to hear that, right?
It's
Because like
wild. Yeah.
you seventh grade, you really didn't understand. Um,
Yeah.
but like just hearing that, like that's made me want to have that love for always like just wanting to entertain people.
Mm.
And it wasn't until I started streaming again where I realized, oh wait, I can actually do that for real now.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Which that's a fun story to have. Some other stuff that may have helped is a place called Crouch Jump or a website called
Oh
Crouch
yes,
Jump.
crouch jump.
Yeah.
I've
So
gotten a few views from there.
I've gotten. I usually get nearly one a stream, which is pretty solid, and then they
I
usually lurk. But
If I look at my analytics, I get about 6 or 7 views from it a month.
mm,
Usually that's the
it's not
typical.
bad.
Um, which like it's not bad. Like people are like, oh, it's only 6 to 7 views, but that's 6 to 7 people possibly
Yeah,
who are
and I think
discovering me.
I think
Like
it'll
even if it's
grow.
not like helping you, yeah, it'll grow. Right now it's just in beta, so like
Yeah,
not
well,
many
they
people are
just
on the
launched
site.
like
But
10,000 more people.
like,
They just launched like everybody who originally signed up for the beta after for the first like
and
till
yeah, this is pretty
launch.
much the stress test of their servers,
Yeah, it
making
is.
sure that they can run it.
Yeah,
But like one thing is like even if like people don't think it's gonna help you, even that one view, one extra view, that's one
yeah,
extra
yeah.
person who sees you.
One
Like
extra follow, one
that's
extra
huge.
view, one
Like
possible.
it,
Okay, yeah,
every little bit counts when you're just kind of there
yeah,
growing. But I think one thing that's always important for people is just to not worry about those numbers so much. Like the goals are good and
yeah,
all, right? But like it really should be like, oh, am I having fun and am I entertaining at least one person?
yeah,
Even if that one person is yourself, is like that's really all you should be doing it for. I think the people who are like, oh, I really just want to make my job streaming video games and they're not in it for entertaining people or themselves, it's like they're
That's
actually not
kind
going to
of
get that
no.
far.
That's kind of
They're
just
going to
up
get
with
burnt
us.
out,
Is you
and
can make
people
it a
are just
career.
gonna
It's not what we should be
yeah
doing it
people
for, though.
people are gonna see like, oh well, he's not actually caring. He
Yeah,
just
yeah,
wants to. This is all he wants. He just wants this. It's like no
yeah,
one's truly gonna care. Like you're not gonna like they'll see right through it. They will see right through it.
yeah.
Um,
So yeah, and that so Crouch Jump, we've mentioned about it's basically a site that allows you to or allows your like streams and stuff to be seen on it. Sort of like a third party
it's
sort of
pretty much
thing.
okay. The best way to explain it is it lets all of a creator's content be consumed on one site.
Yeah,
So like if you post YouTube videos, it'll go to like you can watch it on that site and it still count as like it's not like a crappy restream site. No, those views will still count on YouTube. You can watch ads and donate to Twitch through Crouch Jump and it'll still count through Twitch. Like
yeah, basically. So it's a way to get your name out there a bit more, which
it's
isn't a bad thing.
it's something I recommend everyone just join. Like even if it's just like it's just there.
Yeah, right now they're in a
It's just
beta,
there.
so it'll take a while for you to get the email,
Even if you
but
don't do anything with it, but like you're interested in streaming, just join.
yeah,
Because like it's possible someone just finds you and it's like, oh, I like this dude. I'm gonna go watch him on Twitch because they can just click through and watch you through Twitch if they wanted to.
yeah,
Which is I think my views for it is so low because I think a lot of people just click through,
probably yeah,
and then they don't go back to
which
Crouch
is
Jump unless they
fine.
found it.
Yeah, which is fine.
Um, yeah,
Yeah,
which is
and
fine.
it did
I've met
help.
some pretty cool people through it.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's some awesome people. I've you've spoken with the CEO a bit more than I have, but I've spoken with him. I've
Yeah, I've
spoken
spoken.
with some of the big names in their company. It's a smaller company, but
It's a smaller
great
company,
people.
but like
Yeah,
there's not that many
good
companies that will
people.
sit there in a
There's
Discord call with you joking around
oh
for a
yeah,
few
there's
hours.
good people behind that. It has a lot of potential. And it did help with our shared audio issue, though. Our audience issue, audio issue too. We had audio issues at the beginning, because Xbox app.
Okay,
But
so when we first started streaming, me and Goen, because we streamed only together,
basically,
we used to have literally if you went to Twitch, it was 100% shared audience,
yeah,
which should be physically impossible once you get like above 5 viewers, but like well not 5 viewers, but 5 followers, but like it was literally 100%
yeah,
shared.
because
Now it's
yeah,
only like 69% shared.
nice.
Um,
Uh,
Yeah, which I mean, I think that's around where it's gonna remain for a while because we do stream together a good bit,
we
and
stream
raid
Ender
together.
Falls, which a lot together. We stream some games together, like Jackbox sometimes.
Yeah. And
Um,
you're usually there if it's like playing with viewers. I'm usually there for you if it's playing with
yeah,
viewers.
yeah. Even if I'm
Um,
not streaming per se, yeah. Sometimes
yeah,
we'll
I
go live and raid. Like one person will go live as the other end, so they can raid.
usually yeah, I
Yeah,
usually do raid. Yeah, okay. That's one thing I want to talk about. Completely tangent off on the side. If you're
sure.
a content creator, like if you stream at all on Twitch and you have the ability to rate, and you're not rating at the end of every one of your streams, you are wasting a
Oh
very
yeah.
valuable thing you can do.
I
Because like
always
you could be showing someone that's watching you someone that they really want to watch, even if they don't know it yet.
possibly.
Plus, it can also this actually, as of recording, this happened to me today. One of the people I rated finally, it only took half a year, but I got someone to finally raid me back. You know,
Oh yeah, it happens.
and
Yeah.
it doesn't happen like super often, but it
Oh.
it happens.
No, people will raid back
Um,
if they remember your name. Like I got a guy wasn't raiding me back, but like shout out to Godly, one of our viewers that watched both us. He got a guy
yeah,
that raided me with like a 14 or 15 raid, and that really
yeah,
boosted me a bit that stream. Back when Among Us was first popping off, I streamed a ton of it. I still stream it for like once a week now, but yeah,
yeah. Just
it's good stuff.
connections.
But always raid people. I raid
Not
unless I
meta. I
have
hate talking meta. Like I'll be honest, I hate talking meta about Twitch, but like I
yeah
feel like at the same time, like you have to.
yeah. Well, always raid people if
Like
you
I
got any
because
viewers whatsoever.
I hate to look at anything as numbers. Like I hate to look at I have this many viewers. Like I hate looking at that number. I hate the number behind it.
I
You
mean,
know,
yeah.
because I don't want to
I hate it
I don't
too,
like
but
the
it's
idea of
also
I don't like the idea of subconsciously just like removing the value from each individual person. Like, oh, oh, I'm not getting that many average viewers. I don't want to keep streaming this. It's Like
Yeah.
it's just
The only times I really switch is if I literally have no viewers, which is
yeah,
basically when it says I have one
which
viewer,
is fair.
which is usually
That's different. It's like
myself.
when it's just
Yeah.
me, it's like that's
See,
different.
it's
But like
usually when
if
I
I have like
switch.
or at least one other person, I won't
Yeah,
switch.
if I
I won't
go,
like end early. It's like I don't care. I think that's the mindset more people need to get because like it's when
yeah,
you do nothing but like stream purely when you get high views, you're gonna start hating it because you're not gonna be able to stream what you want to stream.
yeah. I try to aim for 3. It's just something I aim for, but at the same time, it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah,
Or say, as long as somebody's watching and enjoying what I'm doing, which is fine. Like Ender Falls, it's hit or miss on viewers. We might as well transition into that slowly. We've mentioned it a couple of times. Ender
yeah.
Falls, basically SMP realm, whatever you want to call it. It's a server.
Hermitcraft
Harpo,
style thing.
kind of Hermitcraft, but we've incorporated some like story
It's like
beats like
Dream
Dream
SMP,
SMP,
Hermitcraft, Love Child,
basically, except
more or
on a lower
less.
scale. Yeah, Harpo got in a couple months ago. I got in recently. Around a couple
Yeah.
other people.
So my story of getting in is kind of funny, right? Because I used
Hmm.
to announce on TikTok every time I went live because it does help. I don't do it as
Yeah.
much anymore 'cause, like I don't care to spend that time because right now it's like I have to promote in 10 different Discords when I go live anyways. Maybe when I get a PC and I get starting soon screens, I might do it more often.
When I get a second
Um,
monitor so I can see chat on there, I'll start streaming on TikTok just to say I'm streaming on Twitch like I used to.
yeah.
It's
Um,
always fun.
so like I might do that at some point. But
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Okay, so it was one of my streams. It was weird because the TikTok video itself was me saying I was live going on Goten's realm back when he had a realm, which I guess we're gonna get into that even later. Um,
Oh,
I'm
after Ender
jumping around a
Falls.
lot here,
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
I got a comment on it. It's like, hey, this comment was from Merrick, except for like his TikTok name wasn't Merrick. I
Hmm.
forget what it was. It was something like really forgettable because he didn't have any content posted either.
Mm.
Or it was like a few videos. I don't remember. But it was
Right.
like, hey, me and it might have actually been someone else that wasn't Merrick. I don't even know. Think
Mm.
about it. Could have been anyone. But like it was, hey, my friend is trying to recruit people for his Hermitcraft style realm. And then added him. It was like you should go DM him. I was like, okay. In my head, it's like this was right after Goten, like pretty much like I
After
think it was
I
the day of that
probably
you told me that you're gonna close the realm,
when I announced
right?
it,
So I needed
probably.
to,
Yeah.
yeah, it was like the day you announced it. So like it was like the most perfect thing, right? It
Yeah.
was like perfect. It was like perfect timing, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm interested in this. Like, that'd be fun. So messaged him, messaged the dude who owned the room. I was like, oh yeah, hey, your friend messaged me about this. He's like, oh yeah, so let me just, like, yeah, let me like, oh, this sounds great. Let me just, go watch from your content real quick. Which he does. If you make content, he likes to watch it to make sure you're not like a troll content creator or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Like, let me just go watch from your content real quick, and then send you a Discord invite here in a bit. And I was like, okay, yeah. So like it took a few days for me to get into Discord and then into the realm and all that, right?
Yeah.
But I did. My first stream was a Rocky stream because that was when our good old famous dog emote dog. I learned that she had cancer that stream after that I joined
Mm.
Ender Falls. It's why I have massive respect for all of them because like I ended that stream trying to just stay strong, which it's kind of hard to do when you hear that.
Oh yeah. No
So if
one's
you go back and watch the
expecting
VOD, which
to.
I think
Yeah.
the VOD's up on my VOD channel, you can hear my
Mm.
voice getting shaky at the end after like 15 minutes of being AFK. Um,
Yeah.
like those guys, they're like really supportive in the Discord they have for it. It's like, oh yeah, man, if you ever need to talk about it, or, you need anything, just let us know. And then my
Yeah.
second stream on there, my house burned down because I got struck by lightning.
Yeah. His our
I had
house,
a very
obviously, not his Minecraft house. No, kidding.
Oh yeah, IRL.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Minecraft house, but like I had a very
Yeah.
rough start getting in the realm. I remember that.
Yeah.
And that's where the tradition of giving gifts to anyone on the realm started because
Yeah.
Fedora came and gave me a gift because I had such a rough start on the
Yeah.
realm. So
Yeah.
I just continued that tradition of like just passing it forward where I give a gift to
He
everyone
gives
who
a tour to
joins,
everybody and gives them a something so they can get
some
started.
random armor
Yeah.
that I just have lying around because I have a lot of armor lying around for the amount of time to go end rating.
Yeah. It's fine. Yeah. So that's Ender Falls. Right now, we're in the
And
middle of a storyline, and It's
Yeah, which I don't
happening.
want
I
to talk
joined.
about too much
Yeah,
because we'll accidentally spoil it. I know we
yeah,
will.
yeah.
It's what
All I'll
always
say
happens.
is all of it was improv until recently. Um,
Yeah,
that's all I'll really
which no
say.
one will believe, but it's true. Um,
Yeah, well, it worked pretty well with the flower ball stream. That's all I'll say.
yeah, yeah,
Worked all right. Besides, with everybody except us, because nobody reacted to things. But you know,
yeah. It's
that's
fine.
not what planned to happen.
I mean, to
Yeah,
be fair, no one was like planning on reacting to,
yeah,
so
yeah.
like when
Well,
we're ready for
I
it.
find it's just weird to me that it's kind of meant to be a content creator realm, and then there's 3 content creators. Well, 4 now. Wild Ace has joined recently, which is fun.
Wow, it is. Well, I mean, it's not like meant to be a content creator realm,
It's
right?
just
I
kind
think
of like the idea, like the.
it was like, hey, if you they I think they more prioritize getting people in that make content
I think
because
that's yeah.
they
They
just
want to
want to
see things
see the
happening, yeah,
fun of it. Um,
which is fair.
but everyone in the realms, everyone in the realms chills. Like, everyone has disagreements here or there, but that's just gonna happen when you have so many people.
Yeah,
Um, it's always minor stuff. It's always like, oh, like this minor prank went a little far. Like it kind of annoyed me. And I was like, oh, okay, my bad.
yeah,
It's usually what it is, where it's just something minor that just goes off the
yeah.
rails, or like something happened with unintended consequences.
Mhm,
That like were actually harming that people didn't realize were.
mhm.
Which that's gonna happen. When we're trying to do pranks on each other constantly, or like we're
Yeah,
having wars and we're trying to like do something that's damaging but doesn't actually hurt any of the hard work they did. Because I think that's
yeah,
one thing a lot of people are like, especially in my chat, they're like, "Oh, you should go blow up their base." It's like, no, it's because like they spent hours working on
yeah.
that. And that kind of ruins the content if I go like blow up their base. Because it's not like Dream
Yeah.
SMP where they can go into creative to get stuff every now and then, right?
Stream
Like
that
this
does all the
realm,
creative stuff.
yeah, but like
Yeah,
this realm is like purely survival, like
yeah,
pure.
yeah,
People won't believe that either, but because people don't like to believe whenever people
yeah,
actually do a lot of hard work on survival and get stuff going. But like
yeah.
it is,
Yeah.
it's purely survival.
I have my theory that a certain wild man may have duped a little bit, but that's maybe not. Maybe he just
Yeah,
mined for the first 3 hours he was on the server. I
I think
could,
he probably did.
probably.
Because if he gets a fortune pick, that's not that bad.
That's true. That's
He could
true.
have,
It was just a stack and over a stack and a half of diamonds.
which isn't that hard to get. Especially like he might have found some like
I suppose. Yeah,
he might have found a desert temple somewhere.
that's true.
Like, there's ways to do it.
That's
Like I'm
that
not like
world is pretty
too sure,
wild.
but
Yeah,
this world is really wild actually. Because like it's on experimental gameplay, and around my base there's 15 different mob spawners. I'm not
yeah,
even joking. 15
yeah. And
all around.
it's kind of breaks the server a bit, but
Yeah.
those
So
there.
like whenever anyone from my area is on, the server lags a tiny bit.
Yeah, I can't tab out of Minecraft or it breaks now. It never happens with any
Yeah.
other realm I've been a part of or anything else I've
Just
done.
because there's so much trying to load in the background.
Yeah, but yeah,
Um.
that's
But yeah, so I think this would be easy transition back into your realm that you
my
had.
old realm, my subpar, well, sub sort of anarchy realm,
Yeah, it was like the
according to some
first
people.
1,000 blocks in each direction
Well,
was
at
anarchy.
first it was full anarchy with the one rule of I hate hackers, interpret that how you will. And then we had a
Yeah,
hacker. And then eventually I wanted to give, like, people started to do more, and the anarchy thing kind of died out anyway. So I was like, hey, first 1,000 blocks in every direction from spawn, anarchy. The rest, no. The anarchy zone was spawn.
yeah. Which
Uh,
um there was an issue. I do know like that I stopped streaming on it a lot because like it was a pain because we wanted to keep cords on for people because like
yeah.
it's a hard, you can't see it in Bedrock unless you have the cords activated specifically.
Yeah.
Um,
Which is a
it's like
pain.
we wanted to keep them on for people, and there's an issue like there used to be a bug in Bedrock where you couldn't make someone operator and then keep it. It always like just get off.
Mm.
Um, so I need Goten on anytime I wanted to stream to turn off the cords, right?
Yeah. Which
Because
is the
I didn't
one
want to get
issue.
stream sniped.
And then I'd have
And
to get
then
on when somebody wants them on.
yeah, and
And
then yeah, that became a hassle. That and I'm just gonna go through all the reasons why I stopped streaming. That was a hassle, right?
yeah.
This is why I stopped streaming the realm. Just kind of know there might be someone interested. Um, Then anytime I got on, everyone would try to get on and try to hunt me down using maps.
That
Someone
is
literally
true.
spent an
Yeah.
entire 4-hour stream
Yeah.
making maps to just come hunt me down. I was like, it was annoying. Like it was fun, but like I didn't want to. Like it's fine if one person was doing it, right? It's like, oh, this is haha funny. One person did this,
Yeah.
but literally everyone, every single person in chat wanted to do it, and it's like, well,
Basically,
I'm
yeah.
not never gonna be able to build anything because like it's because I was in the anarchy zone, I think, or just outside of it, but like it was close enough where
I think
with
it
cords
was
off, no
before.
one knew.
I think it was back when everything was anarchy, full anarchy.
Yeah, it was back when everything was
Yeah.
anarchy.
Because I
You're
changed
right.
that just for like the last month of the server till I shut it down back in like September.
Yeah, but I was
Yeah.
like, I just stopped streaming because I was tired of people just trying to rush to me because like, what's the point?
Yeah,
You know.
and I couldn't really afford it, so
And he also COVID kind of like
it tacked me up on things I could
destroyed
afford.
his
Yeah.
income. Um, so like he couldn't afford it either, so that's why it ended.
Yeah.
Um,
But
which
I've.
honestly, kind of want to make my own realm. That'd be
Yeah.
anarchy.
Yeah,
Like I
we've
wouldn't play on it
had some
personally.
talks.
Like I'd
Yeah.
play more of like a 2v2t house master, like if where like I'd stream on it every now and then, just kind of flying around, just looking at everything, trying to learn the
Yeah.
story of everything. Or like I'd play off stream, like on
Yeah.
it. Um,
Yeah. He's had sorts of that. We
but like
did
I don't think I
talk.
want to do that till
We.
I think I'll do
s-
that if I hit 500 followers.
That's
I'll just
fair. Yeah. Yeah,
make the
we
realm.
had talks of another SMP, but that never went through.
Yeah, because
I
Underfalls work.
have 10 like I have the idea of making my own SMP on Java to make it a full content creator realm once I have a bit more money to work with. But and
Also
it's
to have all the fun things.
yeah,
No,
potential
I'd
idea.
join that, but like I'm also we wouldn't be leaving Underfalls either.
No, no, no. I would still play
Like
Enderfalls.
Enderfalls would be our survival. Like I think at that point Enderfalls would become more hermitcrafty and less stream SMP, where like we do things, but mainly in harmless survival prank ways.
Probably yeah, it's
Um,
more just a survival
then
thing.
your SMP would become like a true like full story based
Yeah, I
SMP.
would be in creative because story purposes. And somebody
Yeah,
needs to mod it because content creators can do some shitty things for content sometimes. Um, and just so it helps the story get along a bit quicker. Because it'd be more tailored to a
yeah.
story. The thing with Enderfall is it's full survival because they want it to be kind of a blend and at first mostly like a full survival. Even though we kind of added some elements.
Which I respect.
Which, yeah, it's fine. I understand.
Um,
So yeah, that's the kind of whole Minecraft thing. We mentioned Darwin a bit, how you brought it back.
yeah. So I
You
guess I
could
should
talk
probably go
about
into that.
if you want a little
Um,
more. Yeah,
because we didn't really talk about what I meant by brought it
yeah,
back. So I said they were shutting down the servers in December, right? And so like I just kept streaming it, and like
yeah.
if you played when because this is gonna sound narcissistic, but like anytime I streamed Darwin, I was always at the top of the entire category every time.
Well, yeah,
Like
because everyone has
y-
one or two viewers. It was kind
yeah,
of a
everyone
dead
has like one or two,
category.
and then like I'd start streaming it, and I'd hit anywhere from 6 to I've had upwards of 13 just sitting there, right? Um,
Yeah,
it's like it and the servers because there were 6 to 13 people who all were wanting to play to have me direct them because
mm,
I'm apparently one of the few people who actually direct well in the game anymore. Because there's not many people play director anymore.
yeah,
People would start playing more to so that I could direct with them.
yeah,
Um, so the servers would be like you could play when like I wasn't streaming or like one of the few other people who were bigger like F9 at the time. Trying to think who else.
yeah,
There's just one dude who speaks French. He doesn't get like that many viewers. Hold on, I can actually let me check. Let me check my. I just need to check my. I share 10% audience with him still.
mm,
Um, Satisfy. He's a French streamer. He
mm,
does English and French streams, like a mix of them,
mm.
which I will admit does limit his growth. I feel like I will say like you need to do mono language because if you don't, then like you're gonna have people who just want to hear just their language.
Yeah, I
Leave.
think yeah, it's not a yeah,
I think it works for smaller games like Darwin, but like bigger games, you kind of need to
yeah,
choose one. Um, but like
Yeah.
like the servers would become alive when we streamed. Slowly,
Yeah.
everyone else just started to stop.
Hmm.
You know, they just stopped streaming, um, on there, and it was pretty much just me for a while. And then they announced, "Hey, we're not going to shut down
They kept,
all the
I think,
servers.
the
We'll keep
Eastern
two
and
regions
like,
open."
yeah,
Yes, North American, Eastern, and then
a different
Europe.
one. Yeah.
Those are two they're keeping up.
Yeah.
Which like that was a huge confident boost for me
Not sure how
because
long it'll last, but yeah.
I felt like I had a good part in helping that. Like that sounds narcissistic, but like I don't think you can really dispute that.
Hmm.
Like I had a good helping hand in like saving this game that I really enjoyed playing.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, that's this whole Darwin save the world thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some other
Woo.
stuff I got written down. Among Us, Jackbox, playing of viewers with that whole debacle. How do you handle playing of
Yeah,
viewers,
the whole
Harpo,
debacle.
on those
Well,
games?
pretty much. I have a lot of trust that people aren't going to say stupid things. If they do say things that I know, like, oh, that's against TOS, I always either if it's a well in Among Us, it's actually kind of easy because I host the game, so they have an inappropriate username, or like if they which to me, like I will say, having a political username that's not inappropriate because I really don't care about people's political views. It's like
I
I
suppose,
have
yeah.
my own, but, like, I respect everyone else's. So, like, you could come in, like, I think one among a stream, I had somebody named, I think it was Trump 2020 was their, like, username in Among Us, you know?
Mm,
And it's like, I don't care. Like, cool. You have your views, I have my views. Like, I really don't care, you
yeah.
know? And so like I'm very respectful about it. Like I just they're playing respectfully. They weren't making anything political. And then one person came in and was like, "Oh, you need to ban this person.
Yeah.
They're racist and homophobic and all this other stuff." It's like, no, just because someone disagrees with you doesn't mean all that. Like just because someone says that that they support
Mm,
Biden doesn't mean that they're a snowflake that gets offended by everything. And just because someone says they support Trump doesn't mean they're super racist. It's like, no, people support different things for different reasons, and like I respect that. As long as you're respecting other people, I don't care. So like I'll
yeah.
leave people in like that. You can make political humor too. Like if we're doing Jackbox or something, you want to make a political joke, you can. I don't care. It's like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna get mad about that as long as it's not like a hateful one. I don't care.
Yeah.
Or if it's a joke towards like especially during election season when I did Jackbox, like you could joke if you want to make a joke directly about Biden or Trump, you could have. I wouldn't have cared. Because like
Yeah.
it's topical humor. It's like as long as it's not extreme, like I don't care.
Yeah.
And if anyone does do anything, like they say the N word or anything, what I do is I back out of the game and like I ban that person. Um,
Yeah.
require Twitch to log in for Jackbox.
Which
So
takes some
you have to
fun,
be in
but
Twitch.
yeah.
Maybe some of the fun, but it's like I see who they are, so I can ban them.
Yeah, it's the one issue with playing of viewers. There's a lot of people who try to take
Yeah,
advantage
but it's
of it.
like
But
like thing is Twitch is understanding. Like people want to say,
yeah,
"Oh, evil big Twitch." They ban people for no reason, which I mean they do sometimes, but like usually if you appeal things, you know, that's unjust
usually,
or like something you didn't do, right?
yeah,
But someone else did and you immediately acted to rectify it. It's like they won't,
yeah,
It's like they won't.
yeah,
Um think in future, right? Like if I ever like get blessed to grow big enough where I need to make a queue, I'm just gonna use Discord to do it or find a bot that
it's
can do it
fair,
for me
it's
and then just
fair,
make a
yeah,
queue. Um
and that's fair. That's the way to deal with it. Yeah,
but it's just it's like you just gotta put a lot of trust in the people wanting to join.
yeah,
And if you do that, like if you're trusting of the people wanting to join, they generally won't, they won't be idiots with it. They'll
for the
generally
yeah,
respect you
there's just
back.
be a person from the
I've
time,
noticed
yeah,
it more like it's the people who like don't trust anyone who joins that people like are, they're idiots with. They make
yeah,
aggressive political humor, they make racist jokes, and make sexist like aggressively sexist jokes. Um
yeah,
and it's like, that's there's a limit with all these things. Like you can make like slight race jokes, you can make slight sexist jokes. I feel like people need to understand that. It's just like when you hit those
yeah,
extremes,
Yeah,
that's when people need to tone it down. It's like when you're being
that's
hyper
fair.
moderating about it, that's when people are like, hey, let me just do this even more because it's gonna make me laugh, even if it makes this dude like freak out. Like I think on TikTok once, people were like, oh gosh, TikTok, yes, TikTok. Um, I saw this one dude. He was literally crying because he was playing Among Us and someone got mad that they lost and just shouted the N word before he was banned from the call.
Yeah.
And they went to his chat, clipped it, and just started, "Oh, I'm gonna report you to Twitch. You're gonna get banned. You said it." And this dude just started crying. He's like, "No, I didn't say that." It's like, no. How you deal with those situations? You just you ban the dude, you delete the clip manually, and then you either go back through in the highlight and like delete the highlight, or you can just not worry about it. And then when Twitch is like, "Oh, you should have done this," you just like, "Oh, well, sorry."
Or just delete the
That's
bot.
about it.
Or yeah, if you
Yeah,
don't
or
care.
delete the VODs. Like
Yeah, that deals
that's all
with
you
it.
gotta do.
Yeah. So
Um,
that's a good
is there a risk with it? Yeah, but there's risk doing anything.
yeah.
For me, it's like there's some people who like all they want to do is like play with people on stream. It's like
Yeah.
some
That's
people like they get like they feel like even if it's a small stream, like it gives some people like a lot of validation. Like playing Darwin, for example. I do things with playing viewers there. Like there are some kids who play Darwin that like when I invite them into the party for custom games, like it makes their day. You know,
yeah.
they just like you can hear it in their voice, or they just like they glow up with excitement.
Mhm.
You know,
That's fair.
it's
Yeah.
like that's just just
Yeah.
what it
I
is.
gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah. So we've covered that. We've covered this. One other thing,
Yeah,
because
covered,
we used to be
covered,
big
covered, covered.
siege people back in the day. Not
Mm.
anymore. I haven't touched the game in about 6 months.
I play
Um,
it every now and then.
you started a recruit main sort of thing. We'll
Yeah, it's
say.
almost a ranked. It's like level 30 something. It's like
Basically,
36, I think,
Harpo's
37.
goal was to get to ranked with only recruit, and
Get platinum actually.
well,
Over
it
recruit.
was originally just to get ranked then platinum.
Yeah, but
And
I got burned
yeah,
out on
so it
Siege.
turns out we answered the question of if you have no ops, who do you play in unranked, which is
That's
just
right.
recruit. Same with
You
ranked.
do.
It just gives you
Well,
recruit.
we don't know about ranked yet. We don't actually know about
Well, it's
ranked
gonna
yet.
be the same because they ranked
It's
and
going to be the
unranked,
same,
and
but
the
like
siege system is the exact same.
it's kind of funny.
Yeah. So
I haven't got any messages yet calling me a hacker like I was expecting.
yeah, I'm kind of shocked.
Um,
Yeah.
I haven't been team killed for it either. I'm still waiting on those messages. I usually get some like, "Oh, that's really cool that you're playing recruit, man," and then it's like, "Oh yeah, well, it's like, yeah, is there a reason?" I've been asked once was in message like, "Oh, is there a reason why you're doing?" It's like, "Oh yeah, well, I'm streaming this," I was like, and then they come check it out. I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." I once had someone in the enemy team come watch my stream.
Yeah.
They threw the game because they just wanted to watch me stream playing recruit. It was great. Um,
Yeah. It's fun stuff.
yeah, so like the fun. I want to continue with that. It's just like I don't like playing streaming Siege by myself. I just have to find
I
other
just hate
people that are
playing
like
Siege.
specifically my mods.
Yeah.
Um,
I just hate playing
and
Siege.
people I know IRL they'll stream it with me, but I also need them to be like good enough that like I don't feel like I'm carrying them.
Yeah. I hate
You know,
playing Siege, so that's why I stopped.
yeah,
If anyone's curious. And I started streaming exclusively on my PC. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Um,
There's that.
which I have talked a lot about getting my PC. Don't worry, anyone who's like watching this from my streams like, oh, he's not gonna stream Xbox game. No, I still am. I'm gonna get a capture card. It's like my first purchase after I get my
That's
PC, so I'm just gonna
fair.
buy a capture card
That's
and then
fair.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
use that.
That's
Um,
fair. That's the way to do it.
People are like, oh, some people are like, oh, it's a waste. You could just get on your PC. It's like I could, or I could not spend the money. I could take the money that I would spend buying the game again for PC, and
Mm-hmm.
then just buy a capture card. Then
And
boom,
that's fair.
I get to
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's another way to do it. I just kind of moved fully to PC. It's just easier for me. But yeah, my next purchase is getting my second monitor fixed so I can rock two monitor.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty good talk. This one's a lot shorter than Justin's. I'm kind of
Well, no,
shocked.
we're gonna keep going. I figured we'd have more talk. We have more talking points. Um, I'd like to actually talk about some of the people I've met because of streaming.
I suppose, yeah, feel free.
Because there's some people who I met purely because they popped in my like one person. They used to go by Psycho Dove. Now they go by Delta Dove. They're actually the developer and creator of a game called Mana Spark, which you should check out. It's actually a really fun game. I'm
It's a
not getting
pretty
paid to
fun
say that,
game,
but
yeah.
it's just genuinely a fun game, and
It's a pretty fun
the
game.
developer is really nice. Um,
The difficulty increasing pretty quickly is the kind of the only thing, but you
oh,
know,
yeah, it goes fast.
it
Difficulty
gets
ramps up.
yeah, it gets ramped up every floor
You gotta
basically. It's like a
you
dungeon
gotta
type
deal
game,
with it.
yeah. It's
It's
insane.
a really fun game though.
Caught me off
Really fun
guard, but
game.
it's a pretty fun game, especially
Um,
when
but man, really nice man, right? Like
oh yeah,
he
fun
helped
guy,
me through a
yeah.
lot of like that learning phase at the very beginning of streaming where I had no idea what I was doing. He was there helping me. Like my logo, right? We sat in a party for like 2 hours making it together. Like we were throwing ideas back and forth. Like I wouldn't have half the things I do I
Yeah,
made because like I was streaming without him being there. Like, hey, you should do this, this, and this, and
yeah.
now I don't get to talk to him as much anymore because like he's in college, so like that eats up most of his time because he's on a completely separate time
It's
frame from
actually
us.
university because British
Um,
people. Uh,
yeah, but like like so like I
yeah. He
he
doesn't
pops in though. He does pop in often when he can,
from
like
time
when
to
he's
time. Yeah,
free.
yeah,
He
yeah.
pops in. It's always a pleasure talking to him. We have Hangry Tomato who was my first Twitch sub. Um, he's a really chill. We got Lawful. Um, he's one of my other mons who like he's been there for a while too. He's also a British boy, but like there's some days that he's just like, oh yeah, what time you do streams? Like I'm gonna set an alarm to get up to
I don't
come
think he
join. So
always does, but yeah, he tries.
yeah, he tries. It's like I respect it. I got other people I've met. I got Jesus who I've met because of Goten, but like I never really started talking to till like I think we did some stream stuff together.
Some,
Um,
yeah.
it's either that or doing call stuff, which I don't really want to get into call because we've talked about that before in other podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it'd just be redundant at this point. We could just refer them to that podcast.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Jesus is pretty chill, dude. Um, I call him randomly sometimes.
It's pretty funny, yeah.
Yeah, it, it's fun to just randomly call Jesus because he doesn't ever expect you to randomly call him.
He never answers either, but you know.
No, he answers me
Does he? That's fun.
sometimes. Yeah.
I don't ever
Um.
call him, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I call him randomly. Well, I
Yeah.
started to today. I'm gonna start doing it more often.
It's
uh.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could also like give backstory to random things that I have in the background of my webcam, which makes you have to do editing now for when you put this on YouTube because you got to like go to my
No.
webcam and
No.
circle the things.
No. I don't edit
Yeah.
these. No.
So there's fair. There's a 4 foot tall Vader that always sits off to my right.
Yeah.
Um,
If they want to see it, they can tune
this,
into your streams.
you're right. Make them tune in. Yeah, the Vader. Yeah, he is 4 feet tall. Like legitimately, he
Yeah.
is 4 feet tall. So yes, when I sit down, I am sitting down at a 4 foot tall seat.
Yeah.
Where I am head level with him. I'm a tall boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Or
the story of how he showed up is I came home from work one day. I walk into my room, lights are out. I look to my right and I just see a figure just standing there. And then I flick on the light and he's just there.
yeah.
And this was like one of the days that I worked like late, right? So like when I
Yeah.
got home, no one else was up. No one else. It was just
Yeah.
me and this 4 foot tall Vader just standing there. He's always been around. Now he wears a jacket from Attack on Titan. If anyone's wondering what the jacket's from,
Yeah.
wears that now. There's a Deadpool head in the very far back that I bought at a convention for 20
Mhm.
bucks. I remember that
Nice.
specifically because it was for 40, and I told it was like, ah man, I only had 20, and he's like, oh okay, here you go. Anyways, I was a kid at the time, so it probably felt bad.
Yeah, probably.
A Captain America shield that I also got for like 20 bucks. I just got it because why not?
Yeah.
Um, the Pac-Man ghost that's sometimes there, sometimes not. If I plug it in, it actually lights up. I just don't plug it
Yeah.
in. It just kind of sits there. There's usually a guitar or two behind me.
Yeah.
That's just because I'm usually when I'm off stream, I usually just mess with them.
Yeah.
And there's the captain, Master Chief's helmet that's also there most of the time.
Yeah.
Um,
He's just got a
there's
bunch of random stuff.
Amazon. I do have just a bunch of random stuff.
Yeah.
If I ever get the chance of joining Lover Host, I'm just using the random stuff to push my
Of
way to
course, you have to
victory
bring
that I
up
won't get.
Lover Host. Yeah.
Gotta bring up the Lover Host, man.
Savannah really wants on Lover Host. So the Austin show, Austin on Twitter. If you're never watching this, because it never happened, he wants on. He's legal. Let him do it. Get our boy
Yeah,
on Lover Host, just so they can be out in the first
do it.
round.
It'd be funny though, because like I could push over Vader when I lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor Vader. He's missing one of his like little face like silver knob things, and I'm really not sure why. He's also wearing a sparkly bow tie. I know no one's ever seen the sparkly bow tie because like kind of
Mm,
blends in with him, but it's there. There's a bow tie on him.
Pog.
Um, yeah, the big pog there. Um,
Yeah.
I can't even talk about everyone. You know, I can go back to talking about more people I've met through streaming and people I became closer friends with. That works too. Um,
Sure.
got Wheezy, who is my I don't know if I'm allowed to say what he actually is
Unpaid
on the
farmhand.
unpaid farmhand. Um, don't want Twitter to cancel us. Don't worry, he actually called himself this first before I um you know before I did. That came from a grounded stream. We have a
Yeah.
MOBA who like I didn't really ever talk to before streaming, like ever.
Yeah.
And then I streamed Among Us, and they like Among Us. And I was like, "Hey, you want to join when I do Among Us?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure." And then that's how I talk to them more.
Yeah.
I just gotta go through. I gotta scroll through my Discord so I can
Oh
see
boy.
people.
Yeah.
Um, my Discord is just a lot of people who just I don't ever really or ever really there. You know, I got moderator man Jeremy. He's always fun to have there.
Yeah.
Um, got Potato Man. Potato Man's chill too.
Mm.
There's a lot of people who I've met through streaming that are just like really just like I'm really happy I met them. Like I hang out with them like off stream even. Um, I don't want everyone to think oh that means that he's gonna hang out with me off stream because that's gonna bite me in the butt here in a while. When people are just trying to invite me to off stream, it's like I that's not how that works.
Yeah.
Um, usually the people who like I'd ever consider playing with off stream either like they've been here for like a long time. Like Potato Man's case, he was here before I even hit 50 followers.
Yeah.
Um, others, it's like they've been to so many playing with viewer things, especially Among Us, where they're in voice that like they're fine and they're chill. You know,
Yeah.
I hang out with them whenever. Or they've been they're really active in the Discord, right? So I've been able to like actually talk to them and form a normal friendship there. I'm not just gonna join a party because like oh I watch you, I want you to join my party. That no
Yeah. No. That's.
no.
I used to
It was just
talk with more of my
awkward.
viewers, but a lot of them just don't show up now. And then the others are Jesus and people I know. So and then a couple of them are Harpo's viewers. So I hop in voice sometimes, but
Yeah,
I don't think anybody's on. If I don't announce anything, they don't join. Um,
I'd do that more often if I had a good
yeah.
PC.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fair. I just hop in Discord general on my Discord from time to time. So if you want to talk to me, my Discord's always in my descriptions. I'll just be vibing
Yeah,
in there
I always just
sometimes.
talk and text. I always
Oh
respond
yeah,
to text. Like if someone
I
comments
talk in
something, I always try
text
to
too.
respond to it.
If I'm not on my PC, I'll talk in text, or if I'm busy, so I can't join voice, I'll do text. But sometimes I'll
Yeah, it's
just
like
hop in there while I'm like editing or getting a video ready because I don't really need to have my full focus on that. And yeah, I'll hop in there. Sometimes
yeah, it's
I'll
like
be down. I'll be playing a game, and if somebody wants to join, they can. And yeah, that's really all. Just something that's fun to do.
some people are like, oh, that's weird. It's like no, not really. It's like
Not
if I'm playing a
really, no.
game and there's like some random dude, who is in the Discord, specifically in the Discord. If you've just
Yeah,
added me because you've seen my gamer tag, I'm not gonna.
yeah, no,
No, it's not how that works. But
yeah. I
if
mean,
you're in the Discord, when
Yeah,
I'm playing something. And you're like, oh, I want to play this with you. I'm like, oh yeah, sure, go ahead. I don't care. I'll do it.
yeah. I mean, if I'm on, why not? Sure. That's
Especially when I'm
really
playing
all.
a team game.
Yeah, that's really all. Yeah,
I feel like there's more topics that we could cover here.
there
That we might
probably
as well
is,
cover.
but I mean, we probably just aren't thinking how much. Like, if you guys want Harpo on again, I'm taking suggestions for guests. If you want Justin back on again, I'm sure he'll come back on anyway. Harpo will probably be back on at some point. I got a couple other
Um,
guests lined up already, and some I got a DM, so it might be a
gotcha.
bit. But yeah, I got some people lined up. And then some episodes it may just be me talking about something. Like maybe I'll do a movie review from time to time, or like talk about the Game Awards and how it was trash. Um, that's an old joke by the time this comes out, but still.
It's rigged.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. This is like coming
Rigged.
out for like another week or so. Yeah. But yeah.
Long time.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm not editing that out. That's funny. I'm staying in. I
Um,
don't edit. It's a
I was like,
podcast. I don't edit
well, I
things.
thought that I disconnected from the Discord for a second. I was like, what?
No, somebody
'Cause,
came in my
yeah,
room. Yeah.
I always have streamer mode enabled on my Discord, so I physically can't hear when people enter or leave calls.
Oh, that's why. I never I have it. It automatically comes on when I have Streamlabs open. That's it. Streamlabs isn't open. I don't have it on. So,
That's
yeah,
fair.
yeah, so, yeah. I don't live
I
alone,
just can't.
so sometimes recording these. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we can talk about that. I thought about that. Okay.
What?
We can talk about how my family actually is really supportive of me streaming. It's
Sure.
a very stark contrast to Goten.
Oh yeah.
Very stark contrast.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely. Well.
like, okay, so like my mom herself, right? Sometimes like if there's like something like they bring home groceries or something, right? She will pull up Twitch to check if I'm live to see if she can call me to go help or not.
Bro, I
Now, don't get
wish.
me wrong, I would run an ad and just go help if she wanted me to. Like but like she takes the time. I know she checks because she goes, oh, I know you're like I'll come up and there'll be stuff like there'll be more food. I'm like, did you go shopping? It's like, oh yeah, you're streaming, so I didn't want to bother you, right?
Bro, I
Um,
wish.
I got my eldest brother who comes in and randomly does voices sometimes. So if you ever hear the Grinch or Carl Weezer or like a multitude of other voices, that's him just coming in,
Yeah, it's pretty
just
funny.
doing them.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I have my other brother Das who actually streams himself. You can go check him out. Um, he's pretty chill.
I may or may not
He's
remember to put his link in the description.
you'll forget, but it's fine. If you want to wait
Probably.
stream mainly RTSs, so like RTS
Yeah.
is your thing, it'd be a good
Yeah.
idea to check out because there's not that many RTS streamers out there.
Yeah.
Um, he lets me use his computer often, like quite often. To do streams like whenever he's not home
Yeah,
because
he's pretty chill. He watches like Sonic and shit. We're pretty chill.
yeah.
No, we used to go watch movies before when movie theaters existed. Good times.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. He's pretty chill. Um,
yeah.
I think what else do we have? What else do we have? We have yeah, just the stuff like that. Like the entirety of my family, like even the extent, like they're like, oh, you're doing well on this thing. Congratulations. Like it's weird because some of them like they're older and I don't like expect them to understand what Twitch is or like the idea of like playing a game and someone watching you. Which I mean, to be fair, I it's a weird concept that anyone who does stream that anyone wants to watch you play a game. It's
I
still a
mean,
weird concept, always will be.
yeah.
But it's just refreshing, that they're supportive of it.
I wish.
Um,
uh,
which,
nah, in my
which actually I
case.
have some ideas for some streams. It'll be my first time saying it live, where people
Oh,
can hear it. It's at the very end, so no one's actually going to hear it. Um,
of course.
but yeah, but I want to get now that I have a webcam. I wanted to wait till I get a webcam. I want to get my mom in for some streams where I'm trying to teach her how to play a game. Um,
That'd be funny
Which it wouldn't
shit.
be for anyone's like, oh, you should have her try to play Among Us. It won't be Among Us because she actually knows how to play Among Us, and she's actually pretty good at it, like legitimately good at it.
Fun.
That's one of the games she just kind of plays in her off time.
Fun.
Like, just just is Among Us
Yeah.
because I got her into it one day. Um,
Yeah.
but it'd be funny just like get her on, make her try to play Minecraft or something, maybe some Stardew, maybe even Skyrim. Just
Stardew
see
would
what
be a
happens
good
there.
game. Stardew would be a good game to try.
Um, yeah, just stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Their stuff.
Mine's the opposite. I don't live with either
Okay,
my parents. I live with my grandmother, so that's fun.
his grandmother is his legal guardian.
Legal guardian, yes. And then he goes by many names. But Karen's one of them, so that should give you a good
Yeah.
idea. Yeah, she's not. She acts supportive, but anytime she wants me to anytime she needs me to do anything or anything, or if she complains why I'm always in my room, and I don't ever do anything in her eyes, so she doesn't understand I'm streaming and doing something,
Yeah.
and making
Well, I
content.
think
She
for
thinks
me,
I'm
like
doing
part
just
of his
nothing.
also like I've really young parents.
Oh yeah,
Again, can confirm I do have just really young
it's okay.
parents.
I do too.
Um, especially like for parents who have well, especially for someone who has a brother who's 5 years older than them. Like I have really young parents.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that helps with it a lot.
Oh yeah. Well, that
Also the fact that my mom has a friend whose son does like their job is just YouTube. Um,
it's
I
fancy.
really need to ask to speak to that person. Thinking about it, that would make sense.
Yeah,
Why
I knew
haven't
a
I done
streamer
that?
back when my Karen,
Hold on,
back when the Karen was supportive. She wanted to
but like,
talk me to talk to the
wait,
streamer who
why haven't
gets.
I done that? I am
I don't know.
stupid. Okay,
Yeah, she wanted me to talk to this streamer who gets anywhere from 400 to 800 views constantly, or viewers. And I wanted to, but it's been 6 to 8 months now, something like that, and it hasn't happened. He apparently lives either in the same town or in the same general region as us. So that's pretty cool.
which is pretty wild, but
Yeah, he came out to Ace.
food,
But yeah, food. Want food on a
food.
podcast?
Yeah, I had to think about that for a second. So
Yeah,
sorry, I'm thinking about like what I'm gonna eat for breakfast tomorrow. I'm trying to think of like what I'm gonna make.
that's fine. Yeah, we're definitely not recording this at
Yeah,
3 a.m.
yeah.
But yeah, I
But I
have a
completely
completely
just
different
elapsed my mind. Sorry
situation.
about that.
No, you're fine. I don't mind it.
Yeah. So ooh, we can talk about So
Well,
I have a fun story. Goten does not get that I can eat like a normal human being 4 servings of noodles.
normal human being, yeah.
I'm not even like, and these by servings I mean like you could
They're whole
eat a full
plates.
meal. Like the noodle,
They're whole
the
plates.
noodle, the noodle's like a whole like I'd say like those breadstick size plates that they give you like when they bring out the breadsticks for
Yes,
Olive
I think
Garden,
most people do.
specifically Olive Garden. I'm saying Olive Garden because everyone knows an Olive Garden, at least if you're American. You know Olive Garden. Most people have been
Yes,
there.
at least once in their
Um,
lifetime. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So one serving fills up an entirety of one of those plates. I'd say
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
was it
that
was
that I've
bad.
had.
He ate them all in one day. Yeah.
Uh,
Along with a steak and some other stuff. Yeah. He calls
yeah,
that normal. No.
12
Yeah.
s'mores.
But yeah, back to the family. Yeah, his the opposite.
Yeah,
I have young parents as well. One was 18 and one was 20 when I was born. Uh, so that's young as hell. And I think my mom, for the most part, is supportive. It's just she's a terrible parent and lives across town. Um, Supportive
yeah,
person, great person to talk to sometimes, but terrible parent. Not parent ready for being a parent. Still isn't. And then my dad. I don't talk about my dad. I will do that in a podcast on its own. I could go on for an entire 4 hour podcast about him. Um, so yeah, we'll just say that. And I don't think he knows anything about what I do. So yeah. And my like
yeah.
extended family's relatively supportive. They don't really understand it. Like my aunts and uncles, they're pretty supportive because it's something I've always done or talked about wanting to do.
Yeah, like I've
Um,
okay, so like I've talked to my grandpa about it, right? And for reference, for anyone who wants to know his age reference, he played for the Dallas Cowboys back in 1956. Um, so you know,
yeah,
a little on the older side there to have played.
yeah, yeah.
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 I mean, that's just that.
Yeah. It's completely different situations, I'd say. But, it's
Yeah,
fine.
different situations.
I think my extended family is more supportive. I have a lot of cousins that are around like the same age as me or slightly older who are pretty supportive. They know it's something I want to do. I think it
Yeah.
helps that my aunts and uncles, one of them has one of my cousins that also has a goal of streaming or making content. He's a bit less active at it than I am, but yeah,
Yeah, he's trying.
yeah. For any long time, people, it's Angry Zombie Boy Gaming. I think is his YouTube channel. Still, I don't think he changed it. Interesting
Yeah.
name choice, but
I was like, I'm not
yeah.
gonna check. I just hope that he did. Like, yeah, just hopefully he didn't.
Oh, if he changed it, it's just Angry Zombie Boy. I don't know if he took out the gaming
Yeah.
or not. He did on Twitch, but he just made a new Twitch instead of playing on his one that he hadn't touched in like 4 years. Which fair enough, I guess. It
I
wouldn't
mean,
make
that's
much of a
fair. I
difference.
respect it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the family thing. I could probably
Yeah.
tell more stuff, but this isn't my episode. So, uh, if you want
I
that
mean,
in future
yeah,
episodes,
I'm not.
sure. Nah, this episode's about you. I have plenty of time, and I can just
Oh,
record
wow,
podcast episodes.
I'm
Yeah,
fancy.
you get to
Woo!
feel
I don't know
special.
why I'm fancy, but I apparently am.
Well, Justin had his
Um,
episode too, but we just talked about wrestling a bunch. Um, so
this is true. I
yeah.
mean, to be fair, like
Oh,
I don't know. I feel like I think one thing is like I don't think that I'm that interesting of a person to like
well, one
you
thing
know
I forgot to completely
stand up
ask you at the
to.
beginning that I asked him. Do you have any plans besides streaming and YouTube in the future? Like nothing. You don't have to go specifics. He just said what he was majoring in.
Well, I
For
want
the
to
most
go.
part.
Okay, so like people are gonna like think, oh, you're just majoring this for YouTube. It's like no, I want to go major. Like I'd love like if I could just stream Twitch all day and like that could be my job. I'd love it. Like I'd
Right,
do it.
right, right.
You know, um, but my goal for life is I want to go to college for broadcasting and then get into the news industry.
That's fair
And, like that
enough.
sounds cliche and cheesy, but like it's something like 'cause it's gonna sound weird to some people because like I don't get into politics at all on stream. Um,
On stream, yeah. Off
yeah,
stream.
like off stream, it's like
Oh,
I care a lot about politics.
he
You know,
does.
like
Can confirm.
I do. Like it's something that like really interests me. Just like learning about like different political systems, all like that entertains me, and like the idea of being able to report on those politics is something that really entertains me. Um, so
Just
like
work for the right
that's like
company.
what I want to do.
Yeah,
You can ask me all you want for my political views. I will not tell you. Um,
you will not.
you can ask me. I won't. I don't care. You know, like get, if everyone tries to guess like, oh, it's exactly what Goins is, and you try to figure out, no, it's not. No.
No, I can tell you right now. I'll tell you mine. Both sides suck at times. I agree with some stuff. Centralist, yeah, cool. There you go.
Yeah.
Middle boy.
I'm not a centralist.
Both sides suck
Um,
sometimes, and both sides have decent ideas sometimes.
I'll tell you.
That's my
I'll tell everyone. Not a centralist.
yeah.
Definitely not a
He's
centralist.
not a centralist.
Um,
He's not the same as me.
yeah, not the same. Yeah, those are my plans for the future. Really. Just doing that.
That's
You
fair.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, we had plans for other stuff too, but that's like his actual plans. We had plans for an AA house at some point, but then that's AA. So, and who knows what
I
we'll
mean,
do with that right now.
still
It's just
might do it.
prediction channel. It's still a possibility. It just wouldn't be the AA house. It would probably be some sort of
It'd just be a stream house, more or
streamer
less. If we
house.
did it.
Which I mean, it'd be possible here with the living
Streamer hype,
with the
hype
living
streamer.
costs. Yeah, with the living costs around here, we could easily do it. It's just something that's
Yeah,
50-50 on. It's something that
something
take
that
time.
takes time and effort.
Yeah, we're kind of all doing our own thing
You
at the
know.
moment. Yeah. Yeah. Justin's going into accounting. He's going in the broadcast. I am not 100%, but it's either going to be business or game development if anyone's curious. I kind of have to
Yeah.
decide. It's either going to be a business major, entrepreneurship major, which I work game development sort of
Yeah.
path
Which
or coding
that's all
path.
fair. All fair. All
Yeah.
fair.
Oh, I like money. I like working with money. I like business. I just like
I
game
like money.
development too. Well, everyone likes money,
I like
but
money.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
why should I
like.
donate to you? I like money.
Well, no, that wouldn't be my reason. I wouldn't have a good reason to be honest. I don't know
Yeah.
why anyone would donate to me to be honest. Um,
I mean, I don't know why anyone would donate to me either, but here we are.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Well,
fine
we could talk about donations, I guess. Um,
if you want to. I mean, we've been
I
going a
mean,
solid. Let's see here,
yeah, but like, why not, right?
solid hour
Um,
14, almost hour 15.
I've been gifted subs a few times.
You
Like a
got a
lot of
big
subs.
boy gift of subs
Once
too,
was I was gifted 20 subs to continue streaming Jackbox
and do it
like
basically a 12-hour
12
stream.
hours.
Yeah,
No, I did do it in a 12-hour stream.
yeah,
Um, yeah, that was a fun stream. Not gonna lie.
yeah.
I enjoyed it a good bit. Um,
I stayed for a good bit of that, but yeah,
you did,
yeah,
and
that was an interesting time. Yeah,
I bet it was.
yeah,
um,
interesting day there.
yeah, that was a thing that happened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it did. Yeah, that was fun. The longest stream I've ever done, I think, was 12. I wanted to do a 24-hour at one point, and then I realized I'm not built for that when I've been streaming only like 3 to 4 hours max
yeah,
most days. So
but
12 hours pretty
it was
wild.
what it was.
Yeah, did an 8 hour recently. I want to do another 8 hour, maybe over the Christmas season, sometime.
I can say, like honestly, it's all a mental thing. If anyone wants to do long term stream, it's all a mental thing.
Oh
Like
yeah,
none of it, like it's all in your head. Like if people are like overly freaking out, it's like, oh, I need to. It's like no, don't worry about how much time. Don't try to be entertained the whole time. Just it's all in your head. It's all mental. Nothing
yeah.
else. It's purely mental.
Some people prefer
Like
shorter
that.
streams, but yeah, if you want to do
Some
longer,
people can't. Like
I
you just can't
prefer.
do it because you can't get over worrying about the numbers.
Yeah, I just prefer doing shorter streams. I feel like I can
Yeah.
kind of just focus on making jokes and having 2 hours of just fun talking to
I
chat.
personally do prefer those longer streams.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll do longer if I'm with
like,
people. But if I'm doing a solo stream, I'll usually aim for around an hour 30 or 2 hour usually, and then sometimes recently I've been doing a bit of shorter streams. That's because I've been busy and not really had a whole lot of time to stream. But for
yeah,
once I have
which
other things
happens.
I need to do, nothing fun, school and work. That's all you need to know. Uh,
Schoolwork's never fun, but
Holiday season,
it
you know,
is.
it's the thing that happens every year. If anyone watching or listening has a job, you know. Uh,
It's specifically even a job. Just
or yeah, if you do anything extra, it's holiday season. Yeah,
yeah,
things
holiday
happen.
season.
After that,
Holiday
I'll
season's
have a bit
always.
more free time probably. At least the first half of next year. You know, college will be a thing for all the boys, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the boring stuff out of the way here at the end. There you go.
yeah.
Uh,
I think that covers about everything. If I'm
Everything
honest.
you want to talk about for the day? Fair enough. We got a solid hour. We're not didn't talk for about wrestling for 80 minutes like me and Justin, which is good. Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're always
I mean, we
welcome to
don't really
come
have a
back
reason to.
on. Obviously, Harpo's links to his YouTube and Twitch are in the description. I'm gonna remember to at least do that. Um, and yeah,
Hopefully.
next time, which is hopefully next week, but who the hell knows? I'm gonna try to do these weekly, at least the first couple. Next guest I want on is either going to be Jesus Christ on YouTube or Wild Aces, and then the other. So whether it's back to back or whether I do a break episode where it's just me, I don't know yet. But yeah,
Do a
that's
break episode would make sense in my head, but
well. It all varies
my
on scheduling. If I can get Wild and
I got you.
Jesus in, yeah,
Just my opinion.
yeah, I got you, I got you. Your hunting cheese podcast. I'm still waiting on that first episode, so you know.
You think that requires me and Jesus to
Yeah,
be
it's
available at the same time?
yeah.
That's
That's my one issue of possibly bringing Jesus on is scheduling sort of. Me and
I
Wild
mean
could
that's the main
probably get
issue for
on for an
anything.
hour, hop in a Discord call and chat like we did back on the ASP. Um, so
Yeah.
Yeah, if you are interested in a podcast, by the way, I have a whole like playlist over on the Appalachian Vintage channel. It's not every episode. If you want every episode, it's on Spotify. But some of the better ones I uploaded. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and head on out. Check out Harpo's links. Drop a sub if you like these. I also do gaming content, usually Ender Falls SMP type videos, but sometimes I might get actually squeeze out a different video. And yeah, catch you guys in the next episode.